There's something happening in the NBA media landscape that not enough people are talking about. We recently saw Bleacher Report release their list of the top 100 NBA players in history, and they ranked Kobe Bryant as number 11. Kobe Bryant, the 5-time champion, the 18-time All-Star, one of the greatest competitors to ever touch a basketball, ranked outside the top 10. Now, naturally, fans were outraged. Even media personalities voiced their disagreement. But what if I told you this wasn't just a simple difference of opinion? This was deliberate. What if this was part of something bigger? Now, I want to show you a clip from another YouTube channel most of you probably know, Dreamers Pro. So listen to the short clip and then the rest of my video, as it is kind of a response to Dreamers Pro, to his question, but also at the same time much bigger in scope. You're going to want to watch to the end on this one.
All right, I'm very upset. Yesterday I was really upset, but it's not as much, but there's still a lot of anger that I'm experiencing. Why? The reason I'm angry is because I don't understand why so many people have made it their business to go after Kobe Bryant, a man that's not even here to defend himself. And what's surprising is a lot of these people are former peers, people in the media that are supposed to know what they're talking about. But it seems like there's this all-out war on disrespecting and to some extent erasing his legacy from the record books in the NBA. Now, those of us that are Kobe fans that have been following the sport for 2 decades plus, we understand how good Kobe was. So it was one of the reasons why a lot of us were surprised when Bleacher Report came out with a list ranking Kobe as the 11th best player of all time. That one decision by that company cost them a lot of credibility in the sports space.
Dreamers Pro mentioned a war on Kobe Bryant, and he asked the question, why is this happening? Why attack Kobe's legacy so much? Now, today I'm going to explore a theory, one that might sound bold at first, but becomes increasingly logical the deeper we go. Just listen. There is a very real possibility that Bleacher Report, whether intentionally or through subtle editorial influence, is working to tarnish Kobe Bryant's legacy to elevate LeBron James, especially in the eyes of the Los Angeles Lakers fans. And the connections that tie Bleacher Report, LeBron James, Klutch Sports, and Warner Brothers Discovery together, they're not imaginary. All these entities are all connected. Now, those connections are very real, and they suggest a potential conflict of interest that could be shaping public narratives. Let's break it down. Bleacher Report's list placed Kobe Bryant at number 11 all time. Not top 10, not even top 5, 11. This is a player who spent 20 years with one franchise, gave everything to the game, and died tragically young after becoming a global icon. For many fans, he defined basketball in the 2000s the same way Michael Jordan did in the 80s and 90s. Now, just for context, when I did a Google search for the best websites for NBA news, Bleacher Report came up as number 1, even ahead of the official NBA website, which is surprising to say the least. This only means that Bleacher Report would be a heck of a tool to use to influence narratives surrounding the NBA, an NBA star, or even the GOAT conversation, wouldn't you say? So why would a major media outlet known for covering basketball and building player brands undervalue Kobe Bryant like that? That brings us to a very important question. Who benefits from Kobe Bryant being viewed as overrated? Answer: LeBron James. When LeBron James signed with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018, he stepped into a legacy that was already cemented. The house that Magic and Kareem built, then that Kobe rebuilt, was now being passed to LeBron James. But unlike Cleveland or Miami, the Lakers weren't starving for a hero. They had just finished honoring Kobe Bryant's final season. His jerseys were hanging in the rafters. 2 of them, no less. LeBron wasn't coming in as the savior. He was entering someone else's kingdom. And even after winning a championship in 2020 inside the bubble, there's always been a tension. A sense that LeBron's legacy as a Laker doesn't even come close to Kobe Bryant's in the hearts of many fans. So what better way to shift that balance than by slowly devaluing Kobe's legacy in the media? And that's where Bleacher Report comes in. There is an actual, logical business connection between LeBron James, Rich Paul, and Bleacher Report. Now let's walk through the connections step by step, and I'm going to show you a diagram for that. Bleacher Report is a popular sports website that covers the NBA nonstop. Bleacher Report is owned by TNT Sports, which is part of Warner Brothers Discovery. In 2015, Warner Brothers and Turner Sports invested over $15 million in a company started by LeBron James called Uninterrupted, a media platform for athletes to tell their own stories. Like, they couldn't go online and tell their own stories, but whatever. Uninterrupted was actually launched on Bleacher Report's platform. Imagine that. Meaning Bleacher Report helped LeBron build his brand and get his audience. Later, LeBron and his business partner, Maverick Carter, combined Uninterrupted with other projects that they had to create a company called SpringHill Company. In 2025, SpringHill Company merged with Fulwell 73, a United Kingdom-based production company, forming Fulwell Entertainment, a massive media content studio. But it all started with Warner Brothers and Bleacher Report giving LeBron a platform and investment money. Now, at the same time, Klutch Sports, the agency representing LeBron and many of his close NBA allies, has gained massive power in the league with strong media relationships and client control. In short, LeBron James is financially, professionally, and strategically linked to Bleacher Report's parent company, which brings us to the obvious conflict of interest. Let's imagine you're Bleacher Report. You're part of a company that helped launch LeBron's media empire. That company has a stake in LeBron's companies and benefits if LeBron and his companies benefit. You still benefit from a working relationship with him and his legacy. You want access to his content, his shows, his interviews, his brand. Are you really going to say something that could damage his image? Would you go out of your way to portray someone like Kobe Bryant, his predecessor in the Lakers' legacy, as more beloved, more impactful, or more legendary? Not likely, because you're losing money that way. Especially when so many casual fans get their basketball history from articles, posts, and rankings like the ones Bleacher Report published. Now, in other words, if Kobe's legacy shrinks in the media, LeBron's shines a little brighter by comparison. Now, this isn't about who's better, Kobe or LeBron. It has nothing to do with it. This is about media positioning, brand elevation, and narrative control. LeBron wants to be seen as a top Laker of all time, but many LA fans still see Kobe as the true icon of the 21st century Lakers. Kobe stayed for 20 years, won 5 titles, was drafted and retired a Laker, was beloved even when he shot poorly or lost games. Now, LeBron, on the other hand, was a late arrival. He's a businessman, a strategist, and a master of brand management and narrative manipulation. If you can't erase Kobe's history, what's the next best thing? You downplay it. You reframe it. You say he was great, but not quite top 10 great. And maybe, just maybe, your media partners like Bleacher Report help push that message forward, subtly, consistently, and persuasively. Let's not forget, Bleacher Report has been called out before for biased coverage, over-the-top praise for LeBron's achievements, softball interviews with Rich Paul, Klutch Sports clients, and LeBron himself, downplaying controversies around his leadership or injuries or even criticism from former teammates. Like every time something big happens around LeBron James, just look at it next time. And the narrative has to be controlled. The first interview or information comes out from Bleacher Report. Now, meanwhile, players who might compete with LeBron for legacy status, like Kobe, get quietly bumped down the rankings. No outrage pieces, no. No highlight reels celebrating Kobe's defensive brilliance. No love of his back-to-back in 2009 and 10, without a super team. It's all very subtle. But when media curate what you see, how you see it, and how often, they can reshape the conversation without even shouting. If this theory holds weight, and all signs point to it being very logical, then it's time fans take back control of the narrative. Now, don't rely on rankings made by people or companies that have conflict of interest. And we clearly see that Bleacher Report has conflict of interest if it goes for LeBron James. Push back when legends like Kobe Bryant are disrespected. And recognize the business side of sports media and how it can shape legacies just as much as what happens on the court. Now, Bleacher Report makes money by praising LeBron James. That's what's hot now. That's what gets them click. They wouldn't have that much profit by praising have-been superstars like Kobe or even Jordan. I mean, young fans are their main viewers, so they don't care about the past. They care about the present. You could mention potentially, but but they still placed Michael Jordan as number one in that ranking. Well, yes, they did. But just remember, a story came out, I think, a day after, automatically controlling the narrative that even though Jordan won, he supposedly won just by one vote. That's it. They had to throw that out there. Now, because the truth is, LeBron James is not just a player, he's a brand, a business, and a media entity. And just like any brand, his success depends on positioning, not just going, against today's stars, but also against the ghosts of the game's past. Kobe Bryant's legacy stands in his way. And some people have a reason to chip away at it. Now, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a media analysis grounded in corporate facts, which I presented, financial investments, which I presented, and observable editorial trends. Bleacher Report helped launch LeBron's media empire. They are tied to the same corporate parent as SpringHill and Klutch's business partners. And now they publish a list ranking Kobe outside the top 10. Coincidence? Maybe. But maybe not. And that's a question every basketball fan should be asking. Now, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more honest, unbiased, and truth-driven NBA commentary, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let me know what you think in the comments. And as you saw, this was partially a reply to Dreamers Pro. If he doesn't see it, forward it to the guy. I like his content. He throws out similar content as I do. Maybe not exactly, but close. Let him know what I think about it. Maybe it'll answer his question. Now, is Bleacher Report trying to help LeBron's legacy by weakening Kobe's? Let's see. Until next time, this is Paul, and remember, history is written by those with the most access, but legacy, that belongs to the fans. Peace, guys. Take care.